Oh, we're in the army now. We're in the army now. Oh, we're in the army now. Alright, today is August the 7th. Of course, I woke up bright and early again, 3 o'clock-ish. Wow, I've been waking up several times. I don't know if other people experience this, but I'm trying to go to bed early because 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning seems to be... But it's okay, I get sort of naps throughout the day, and I'm thankful that I'm able to do that. And yeah. Anyway, this morning I listened to some of my favorite people on YouTube, which I constantly change because I'm starting to detect more and more the treats that I do not like. And there's one thing that I wanted to speak about to start. I'm just trying to remember why I got into the song in the army now, which is by Status Quo. First off, I feel that young people are being exposed to a lot of music that has absolutely no value in it. Whatever value they seem to offer, it is actually depreciating relationships mostly. Some other things that I've been watching are, readings. Who knows me, that I started because I like to read cards. I don't do it professionally, I don't do it for money, I just do it because I like it. And I have to specify that when I switch readers is because I see they're being corrupted in influencers and stuff like that. I mean, when they seem to focus too much on fame, on money, on things like that, and then they become overly protective and they're afraid of anyone. You have to really be able to appreciate the value in others. You want people to see you as valuable, right? Well, you have to see them valuable as well. It is that thing about balancing things out. Anyway, there's this reader. I will not give names, but I'm gonna make a video on her. I have to. I mean, she's my top target when it comes to sort of a handler, MK Ultra handling stuff. For those who know what MK Ultra is, fine, you can stick with me. If you don't, that's fine, you can research it. But anyway, the point is, they are selling this image of the divine masculine. I mean, it's hilarious to me when I hear those things. I'm like, what is going on? And it's this particular one who has a pretty large following. Makes you wonder, why is she getting some? I'm at 51 subscribers. It's true, I didn't post a lot, but what I post is not BS. I post my truth, the way I see it. Which reminds me, you always hear this expression. I'm trying not to get too riled up. I apologize if I do, but I'm a pretty passionate person, especially when something is like triggering inside of me. That warrioress, the lioness that's in me, There's something that says, oh, you don't know their truth. Okay, really, truly, I'm all for sayings of all sorts. But when they are meant to disrupt your moral compass, I feel we need to pay attention. I mean, I have started paying attention for a very long time to this particular thing. But it's starting to aggravate me. I mean, I guess it's like the glass is filling and you've got that last drop and it's like, okay, that's enough. Nah, I can't take this anymore. If there is a little tinge of it, I'm not touching it with a 6-foot pole. Nor any other measure. Because that's another expression that I didn't look into it, but I see what they mean. Yeah, in my case would be an infinite long pole, as in parallels, never touching. Alright, so this saying is the truth. You don't know their truth. You know, meaning they've got circumstances, they've got excuses, they've got this, they've got things you do not know about. Yes, I understand all that, but that is not to replace truth completely and integrity. In my mind, truth, integrity, love, balance, harmony, all these things work hand in hand. The minute you start compromising, you are walking away from truth. So when somebody tells you you don't know their truth, basically they're telling you you're being too critical. Yes, I probably am, or we probably are, but that's because we detect something that smells like compromise. And going on this sayings, growing up, my mother, not my father, my mother kept on saying this expression, and it was very much used in that communist country I'm coming from. It was, the head will not be cut if you bend, in the sense that you have to stand down if you don't want the sword to chop your head. And I was trying to think all the time. I was like, man, this is like so shocking. What do you mean? What do you really mean by that? Because to me it sounded like you have to be afraid. But it was put in a context of religious type, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't make sense to me. At all. And now growing up, I'm seeing more and more that it does not track. I'm not sure if there is a saying like that in English, but basically it's like, sort of like pick your battles, which I agree with. But this other thing that it was embedded in my brain, like you have to accept this if you want to survive, it always upset me. And my father, on the other hand, he was not caring. That's what I admired about him the most. He was, okay, this is it. This is the truth. You don't like it. It's okay. You offend me, and you expect me to say, yes, you're right. My father was like, no, thanks. He did not talk to people for years. And of course they were needing him. Because my father, besides the fact that he was a professional saxophone player, he played several instruments. My father had so many hobbies. He was fixing watches, he was fixing everything around I had this curiosity about him, and I was watching him growing up, and I loved that. I recall one day a friend of his gave him this wristwatch that stopped working, and he didn't know how to open it. And he asked me, "What do you think? How do you think you can open this?" And I looked at it and I said, "I think you need to do this." And it worked. Now, I am not clear if it was genuinely asking me, or he was testing me. I will never know. My father was a very interesting character, and a lot of people hated him for several things. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just saying that he was hated for all his talents. He found the best way to deal with that. Now I understand why he was doing that. He was right to do what he did. First and foremost, we need to accept we don't know everything. We can delude ourselves that we do know everything, but we don't. And that's where humility should be. Not in the fact that I'm afraid of how somebody views me. I'm afraid that someone is going to be offended if I tell them the truth. Because in my experience, no matter how I deliver things that I perceive as being truthful, and typically I take a very, very long time until I make those type of statements. People do not know that about me, and they are surprised. And it's okay to be surprised, but at the same time, they can't just think that I've got some glimmers of light coming through by happenstance. No, I am thinking about things a lot. I want to be as close to my authentic self as I can. And I think that's what we all should be striving towards. Be very careful what you let into your heart, into your mind. That's all I'm going to say. And initially I wanted to make just a 4 minute 30 seconds video based on this song, Status Quo, in the army now. So I will proceed now. And thank you if you stuck around with me. I'm sorry if I'm not making a lot of sense. Like I said, I still have troubles sleeping and short-term memory things, but I'm working on it and I'm finding solutions every single day how to cope with that, no matter what. Oh, my cat is now sabotaging me. Okay, so I have decided not to play this because of YouTube's policies, and maybe that's why my channel is doing so bad. It's because I'm using someone's music. against each other, and this is how they do it. They do it with money, they do it with making you talk like they do, and so on and so forth. So you can choose to tag me as lunatic. I couldn't care less. I prefer my craziness to any normalcy that is being exposed out there for very obvious reasons. Not even going to say that. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. Much love to you. Take care.